Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here again. I think at this point you know who I am, you know what you're watching, and you know why I'm here. My name again is Mark Anthony Dark 66, and let's get right into the modeling. All right, so the first thing I want to say is this is definitely not easy to put all this stuff into words where it's understandable and like whenever I've said this before, but again, sometimes in my videos I repeat myself because it's the way I say it that changes the definition of what you're watching. This stuff is so not easy to talk about. I really had to sit down for like a couple hours, read my notes that I have here, and like really like figure out how I'm going to extrapolate this so like your everyday person can understand what I'm saying, because it really sounds almost like I'm speaking another language. So let's get right into it. Two things that I happen to notice a lot, and a lot of times I think of like social situations, I think of parties like where people are trying to dress their best, and there seems to be like I almost want to say like mistakes that people make. I don't want to make anybody feel bad. I don't stay up at night like, "Oh, I can't believe this person wore this to the party if they did wear something strange." I'm just going to give you like two general guidelines that I've noticed through my life as like a fashion critic. But this is more about modeling, less about criticizing fashion. Even though we have to go there, it's part of the. It goes hand in hand, you know. Two things. One thing for men. This is for men of all ages. When you are officially wearing a suit. One thing that you never want to do when you wear a full suit is you never ever want the suit to appear like it's too big for you. A suit is made to look like it fits your body structure. There's probably nothing more unattractive in terms of modeling where a male is wearing a suit that is too big for him. I was just watching a music video the other day, and I'm because I'm a nice person, I'm not like here to call out the world or anything, but I'm watching this and this guy's wearing like a button down shirt with a blazer. He's wearing like half of a suit, and this it is so large he's swimming in it. And I'm saying it looks like he's wearing like a bed sheet on his chest. It looked, honestly, it just looked horrible. And I it triggered me to think of that, and I was like, wow, I can't believe like I've actually seen that, noticed that. It's even better, and you shouldn't do this. It's even better to wear a suit that is slightly tight or slightly too small than a suit that's too big. I mean, it just looks totally ridiculous. Totally takes away from your masculinity. Totally disappoints the purpose for wearing an actual suit. So, if you're a male who's really getting into fashion, like that is a definite no. If I was ever coaching anybody in modeling, no, I would say no, because I just did a shoot where I was wearing a suit, but a casual suit, not like a real suit like I'm wearing to a wedding. But it was bigger, but it wasn't too big. So I really fixated on that, and I even in a couple photos I had to like push out my stomach a little bit to just get my body to fill the suit. So it looked appropriate on my 6'2" frame. Always keep that in mind. It's even better to you ever see a man wearing an oversized suit, it's just where his sleeves are passing his thumb or something like that. I'm just using that as an example. That is a definite no. Totally takes away from the purpose, defeats the message of like masculinity, having everything in check. Don't ever do that. That's like golden rule of don't do's. Okay, now here's another one which isn't as severe, but I see this a lot. Whenever I go to a party in the summertime, if I'm there with people who, how do I say this? If I'm there with a conservative crowd, conservative meaning like, okay, I'm an intelligent person, I make this amount of money, let's just say that. If I'm there with a conservative crowd, I always notice there's one male. It's always like this one guy, and he's wearing a button-down winter shirt at a summer party, and it honestly it really grinds my gears. Like, he's wearing a button-down shirt that you could wear any time of year, you could wear it anywhere, but it's a thick shirt. And then the next thing you notice is he has like sweat stains under his arms. And I always like in my heart, I want to say something, but it's usually somebody I don't know. It's actually better to wear, and I actually did this in one of my photos. This was a shoot from like a year ago where I remember I'm wearing a button-down gray shirt with pink shorts. I actually just happen to be wearing pink shorts, and my shirt is pretty like slightly wrinkled, or it looks like it hasn't been. It purposely. I remember doing the shoot, and it purposely looks wrinkled and like it hasn't been washed, and I wore that on purpose because it actually looks like a thinner material, and it's actually the appropriate button-down shirt to wear in a summer setting, not something that is too thick, overly worn. You're going to see these huge, massive sweat stains under your arms. Like, it just looks so like not dressed for the occasion. Oh, and then when they wear the cufflinks, oh man. Like, you are at a summer party, like, this is not a voting session, this is not a debate, you are not in Siberia, at a party. You are in America, like, it really just, like, gets me, like, crazy. But I've seen it a lot. Again, it's better to wear a wrinkled shirt that's thin than a thick shirt with cufflinks to a conservative party in the summertime. It just looks absolutely ridiculous. Like, not everybody is standing in the AC. We know that some people have like their AC jacked to the nines. Like, I get that, but it's just like, be cold after the fact, and then if you're too cold, just go stand outside in the summer heat. You'll warm up real quick. It just really, like, wow, it really grinds my gears. Whew. So anyways, those two things, those are like golden rules. Like, remember that. Like, I really thought about that, how I was going to present that. Like, just remember that the next time you go to a party. Okay, so we're just, for this next part of the segment, we're just going to do a few things about like demographics. Okay, so check this out, right? You go to a city for a photo shoot, right? And you want to enunciate the city that you're in. Some models do this, some models don't. It doesn't matter where I am. I always try to bring the feeling of where I actually am down to the last detail into the photograph. But let's just say that for this shoot, for this company, I have to be in Chicago, right? Okay, so I'm in Chicago. So I noticed that they have Chicago style clothes lined up for me. So now I have a shoot later in the day, and I'm getting ready to show the Chicago life to people in my photographs. What am I going to do? I'm actually going to go to a local place that's very well known for food, and I'm actually going to have lunch there. Okay? Now, this is all for like a well balanced diet, but you will actually even find when you go to well known places, if you just eat locally what they have, you'll encapsulate almost like that vibe. I know that as crazy as that sounds, like really think about it, because this is about putting your mind, body, soul, and spirit into modeling, like, and actually becoming what you're photographing. And sometimes the scene, like where you're shooting, will matter. Like if you're doing your first shoot in New York City and they're going to show everybody you're in New York City and you want to bring that feeling, you just might grab a bite to eat on 42nd Street. Who knows? Okay, think about these things from a professional standpoint. Have like a plan. What am I going to eat? Oh, I'm going to eat something local. Have a plan before the shoot. Okay, now I'm not saying you have to follow that word for word. That's kind of, that's kind of like pro level stuff that I just told you. I don't expect you all to be the next, Tyra Banks over here, but, think about it on that level. That's demographics. The next thing is there's always room, especially for my portfolio now. I started making my portfolio about 2 years ago, I guess. I want to say in like 2023 to 2024. There's always room for plus sized models, but again, you'll always be at a disadvantage. When I did my portfolio, I don't consider myself plus sized. I am very tall, but I'm not a plus sized male model. I'm just like a normal average model. But there's always room for plus size. That's become very popular. I would say in the last 5 to 10 years. If you are gaining weight or you're in between, like, something between like chunky and skinny, keep that in the back of your mind that part of our culture now, more now than ever, is into plus sized. Bigger is better. So even if you're eating food before a shoot, it's not necessarily the worst thing. Then that ties to what I was saying before about demographics and eating food and eating the right stuff. As wild and crazy as that sounds, that's really how it is out there. And I mean that from a professional standpoint. This advice that I give is not for plus sized models. This is for the average person, and I'm gonna segue into the next thing. If I did do plus size, I would really have to do some research. But the next thing also is, I said in the last movie that if you want to get into modeling, no matter how you get into it, it'll always be very expensive. Keep that in mind. But at the same time, for those of you who maybe don't have money, it's always good to see where like a local Goodwill store or a thrift store would be, where you can get some like, name brand used clothes for yourself. I would recommend definitely like making sure you have a washing machine just to make sure that you can wash the clothes before you wear them, to avoid getting sick, or you would never want to like bring home bed bugs or anything. But really, I've seen that industry really up their game a little bit, to where if you walk in there, like the clothes almost seem like pretty clean and stuff like that, or at least if I've ever seen them for how they are. Because I don't want you to think that I'm just some rich snob and I'm just talking to rich people or people that have money. Like, I definitely, with my friends, like, we definitely walked into a thrift store a couple times, and not just on clothes, but you can make purchases anywhere. Like, I've definitely seen some nice clothes there that are available that aren't like, like out of a dumpster or something, or like, I mean, somebody clean obviously used to wear them. So that's obviously an option, and that would be your next best friend, because when you get into modeling, you have to be trying on a lot of clothes, different looks, different outfits 24/7. It's like, new clothes is your middle name, basically. So get in touch with that. And this is not just for rich people or people that have money. This is for, let's say like middle class, poor, or living paycheck to paycheck. The thing is now is we're all connected through the internet, and there are so many different ways that you can get clothes, like designer clothes, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't want you to think that I'm only talking to people that have money, but keep that in the back of your mind, is as you progress forward, this modeling thing, whether you're doing this amateurly or professionally, will cost you money. And I'm not here to lie to you. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. Take those tips and tricks, use them towards your portfolio. I'm Mark Anthony Dark 66. I'll see you for the next segment or the next movie. Peace. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, back here again. I am Mark Anthony Dark 66, and we are here in the next modeling movie. Let's give tips and tricks for all you guys who are looking to take better pictures and do any form of modeling. Alright, this movie is titled Captivating Credit for a Cultivated Culture. Okay, so when you start modeling, you are looking to be attractive to the opposite sex, but you're also looking to look cool for your gender. Like, you're not just modeling is not I'm just gonna, try to go get a girlfriend and have all these people send me all these likes, and everyone's gonna love me, and I'm gonna be this I'm gonna have 15 girlfriends. I don't mean that I mean this in a professional way. Like getting a million hearts is good, but you want to know who your audience is. You want to inspire people of the same gender to dress how you dress, to wear what you're wearing. There's both sides of it. And yes, you want to attract the opposite gender. That's definitely part of it, but it's not all of it. So understand what I'm saying with that. If you have flamboyant features, let them show. If you have something different, let it show. My ex-girlfriends in the past have told me I have like the most beautiful eyes, et cetera, et cetera. I'm just using that as a quick example of stuff that you want to highlight, whether you're male or female. And moving forward, you'll have a better understanding of what you're trying to achieve when you have unique features that everyone can look at and say, wow, that person's really different. That's really what you're looking for. Now with that, I'm going to segue into the next part. Is you want to look like let's say you have a unique feature. You want to focus on that. You want to be that. You want to become that. What you don't want to do is you never want to look quote unquote plain Jane. You never want to really look happy or normal, or wow, this person looks like an everyday chap or lady. You are definitely standing out. You are, as a model, you are a spokesperson with your body. Okay, so you are like explaining to people that you're different based on your poses, based on your presentation. Anything that's too plain is never going to get you anywhere in modeling. You have to be like captivating. If you're watching me and you look at my modeling, you'll definitely see some captivating photos. So just understand, you never want to be plain. You want to be fierce. You want to be in your face. You want to be, you know, saying a million different things with all your different photos and body language and everything. Like, you really want to stand out. That's basically what we're talking about here. You want people to say, like, I've never seen anything like this in my life when they look at your modeling photos. And make art make sense of itself. Like make sense of the art. Like, a lot of times, like, I talk in these adages and metaphors and stuff. I try to make sense of it the best I can. But when you're talking about art, that's how it's supposed to be. This isn't like a math problem. This isn't a science. There's a science to it, and we all have different opinions, and we come from different cultures and different walks of life. But at the end of the day, you want photos that are going to be entertaining, captivating, movie-like, nothing boring. Like, if you have like a plain Jane look that you can't get away from, modeling is not for you. Okay. Now, that was a whole bunch of jargon right there. So, getting into the next part of this, the next and last part of this segment is like, if you find yourself going into a job interview, or say you're meeting somebody for the first time, let's say that I don't know, you're not doing the best money wise right now, but I would encourage you guys as my fans to get in touch with a credit card. I'm not endorsing any specific credit cards, maybe at a later time, but not now. For example, let's say you have a plain pair of dress pants and a button-down shirt, and you're going to a job interview. You want to wear, you want to get yourself like a nice watch, or like a nice Movado watch, or something like that, some sort of an accessory, a nice signet ring that you want to wear to show individuality, show prestige, show your fellow workers and your boss that you're not just some normal Joe walking up the street. These types of statements, in my opinion, will help you get far. And I'm saying that the fashion industry is extremely expensive. Okay, so I'm saying that investing in a credit card, there's some people that stay away from credit cards. There's some people that have a million credit cards. I'm saying investing in a credit card in terms of fashion, modeling, making yourself stand out is along the path of where this path is leading, because the world of modeling is very expensive, even if you're a model. So absorb everything I just said. I know it's a lot, and I'll see you in the next segment here in the new modeling movie. Mark Anthony, Dark 66. I am working for Dark South Limited. I'm a pro freelance model. See you later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. I am Mark Anthony, Dark 66. We're obviously in a modeling movie, and at this point, we are going to dive right into it. So again, this stuff is not easy to talk about. I'm going to start out by saying that everything you see me doing and talking about, some of it is informative, but some of it is also for your entertainment. Meaning that this isn't like this is a learning channel. Okay, I'm a content creator, obviously. Okay, like, some of the things that you see me doing or you see me talk about, I don't expect everybody to be able to do like what I do or talk about some of the things that I do. Some of this is just purely entertainment. I just would like to get that out of the way and let that be known. For example, trying to use like different examples here. We, I'll give you an example. Before we started doing modeling, I was into music, and I sat down with my manager at the time, a couple of my photographers at Dark South Limited, and we talked about me doing modeling. You know, they were obviously impressed with my resume. I definitely had the credentials to do this. But also, like, we decided that I would, you know, do shoots all natural, not wearing any makeup. Maybe here or there I would show some of my flaws. Like, I would show maybe some wrinkles on my face, maybe some acne. And my skin's actually looking pretty nice these days. I actually like how my forehead's looking. I have this new serum that I've been using recently. Really has like helped my wrinkles disappear. We decided that my flaws and a natural look was going to be part of my campaign. So, you know, like, I don't expect you to, like, want to be a model and upload the worst pictures you've ever taken in your life and, oh, my skin's breaking out, so, Mark said that I should, post this and just go for it. I'm not exactly saying that. My campaign, like behind the scenes, I've negotiated, in the process of negotiating with, skincare companies. I've had a few offers to do some collaborations with some different companies on Instagram, Facebook, et cetera, behind the scenes. Again, I've been doing this for a very long time. So I don't want you to, copy every single word that I say, and this is the only way to do it. I try to meet you all in a way that I can on a comfortable level so you're comfortable. But like, if you, because I have experience in doing this, I know it could sound a little funny, but if you try to do all the stuff that I do, you could, end up humiliating yourself, destroying your modeling career, and or, like losing all your friends, and I don't want that to happen to you, so everything I do is on a professional level here. Um, I, I'm reaching out to you guys because I want you to understand that, like, we're really getting into the deep, like, the depth of modeling, and, I show you, like, the stuff I go through behind the scenes, like, oh, look, I have, a skin breakout, you know what I'm saying? But I do that for entertainment purposes because, I'm like, like big enough to roll with the punches. I don't expect everybody to be able to do this the way I do it. And again, I'm not the best. There's there's superstar models out there. There's guys who are better looking than me, stronger than me. It's not about that. It's just I've developed a confidence to the point where I can do this on a pro level and, not lose sleep at night, not lose any friends, like, I don't want you to try to do modeling in college and, you get like kicked out of your dorm by your friends or, like something like that. So you get my point with that. Be careful. If you're watching this, for any other reasons other than entertainment purposes, like don't try this at home. You don't want to ruin your reputation anywhere. Again, you'll hear me say this like my mom was a pro for Levi. I'm a pro freelance model, so take everything that you can according to your own individual talents, and we'll go from there. Okay. All right, a few more tips and tricks, and we're going to close this one out. Another tip that I could give you is like the next time you are, something that I could work on. So something that I could work on as a pro model. I definitely got to work like if I ever did like a runway show, I would have to work on my walk. I have a good idea of how I would walk, but I need somebody to critique me. Again, here you go. Like there's still stuff that I need to work on day to day. A great tip that I could give you is like the next time you go to like a family party, like around the holidays. I used to do this when I was a kid because I used to look up to my mom so much. I used to pretend like I was in some sort of like a modeling competition with my family, and you don't have to tell people that out loud. Just kind of like absorb what everybody's wearing and be your own judge. Say to yourself, I wonder who's the best dressed in this room. And if you don't pick yourself, maybe you can learn some tips or tricks from the best dressed person there. I've definitely done that before. It's definitely a technique that I've used in the past. And I'm going to close this one out with, you aren't necessarily judged. Like when you go into a room and you're standing around with your friends or family, you're not necessarily judged by like who's wearing the most expensive outfit. There's a difference between you wearing an outfit and an outfit wearing you. There's some big enough name brands out there where like you're wearing it and everybody knows you're wearing it. You don't really got to do much. You don't got to strut like too much. If I'm wearing, if I just happen to be wearing a $700 jacket, I'm wearing a $700 jacket. That makes a statement in and of itself, and I'm talking very artistically, but like let's say, I don't know, you just saw a shirt out somewhere and I don't know, you picked it up from like a local store and it's just like a normal shirt. The way you wear it will get somebody's attention, not necessarily the name brand. Keep that in mind, because like I said, if I own a $700 jacket, I stay humble. Okay, but let's just say that I do. I'm not here to broadcast my wardrobe. I'm here to help you guys model. I'm wearing a $700 jacket. Period. I don't need to really like accentuate it because the label or the notoriety will speak for itself. Now, I'm not saying that those companies don't pay models. I'm saying that if you're if you find yourself like on a fashion modeling shoot, of course you're going to model it, but I mean like when you're out and you're not modeling something that people wear every day, or something that's very common, you can always let it speak for itself and just doing it in a confident way. Like in other words, like I happen to be wearing these humongous, very big in your face sunglasses. I'm wearing them because the light is kind of like shining in my eyes, and I'm kind of like a gothic kind of person. I might wear these to the beach. I don't know if I would really wear these to a family party. Maybe I would wear these to a party. I don't know. But these aren't the most expensive sunglasses that I own. You understand what I'm saying? So I have to wear them. It's almost like I have to, like, wear them in like a fun loving way. I wouldn't wear these to a job interview. You know what I'm saying? So think about that. It's not. Like a catch-22 sort of a thing. It's not what you're always. You don't have to wear the most expensive stuff in the room to always get noticed. But at the same time, if you are wearing something that's common, like everyday stuff, you want to kind of like strut your stuff a little bit to show the personality of the clothes you're wearing, the statement you're making, etc., etc. That's very deep artistic. That's a very deep artistic statement. We're going to close this one out. I am Mark Anthony, Dark 66. See you later.